Hello everyone, welcome back to year 4 of TwoClan. I decided to do something different this year. Instead of drawing the entire allegiances, I drew the major events that happened this year. Some of these events will have more of a story narration too. Let me know in the comments if you like this change or if you preferred the old method. We start off in Starkland because at the start of this year, Honeychase and Honeytrail started to hang out together. After a few months of reflection, Honeytrail realized her mistakes and apologized to Honeychase. Honeychase, who could never hold a grudge, not even in life, forgave Honeytrail. Honeytrail is now a permanent resident of Starkland. Iceburst looked on with pride as Sedarkis was called forward by Leapstar. Sedarkis became Sedarpal, and she was apprenticed to the experienced warrior Skip. Skip turned out to be a calm and patient mentor. He mentored Sedarpal well, but unfortunately he formed no real connection to her. And in typical Skip fashion, he really didn't do anything else this year. Maiko finally retired at 126 moons old. She had refused to do so for a long time, but eventually the aching joints became too much for her. She joined Little Claw in the Elder's Den, but unlike her den mates, she is unable to sit still. She helps out around camp as much as she can. She may not have warrior duties anymore, but she still tries to make herself useful. Little Claw has only been doing more other things this year. Frontclaw was out gathering herbs with Lavender Belly, as she pondered on the last few moons. The duo of medicine cats made a good team, even if they had opposite work methods. Every cat could always come to Frontclaw for advice or to talk to, whereas Lavender Belly absolutely hated being disturbed when she was busy. But Lavender Belly was great with herbs and a skilled healer, and she has been good company around the medicine den since Junkova's passed. Suddenly Frontclaw heard strange sounds, like something was panting. Lavender Belly noticed too, and the medicine cats met eyes. Frontclaw gestured for Lavender Belly to follow and tried to track the sound. Lavender Belly didn't seem too enthusiastic to do so, but followed anyway. They found a queen, still panting and bleeding from giving birth, but fiercely standing over his kids nonetheless. Frontclaw explained that they could help, and the cats reluctantly accepted the offer. Larrymore Chasm, Squid Kid and Bramblecid joined TwoClan. Larrymore Chasm turned out to be a cool Tom and has a hard time fitting into the clan, but his kids have adapted well. During the same moon, Leapstar, Spotstripe, Iceburst, Coyote Stone and Frost Daisy went on a border patrol. Under the leadership of Leapstar, TwoClan had fitted in well with the other clans. During other border patrols, interactions with the other clans always went well, and Leapstar felt confident that she had secured TwoClan a permanent place among these clans. But then there were still the rogues. It was another ambush. Her patrol fought hard, but it quickly became clear that they were outmatched. Leapstar called for a patrol to retreat. She pulled a rogue over Coyote Stone and yelled at her to go. She saw Frost Daisy also running, but she couldn't see Iceburst or Spotstripe anywhere. A rogue came at her from behind, and another, and two more. Then Spotstripe appeared and helped Leapstar fight off more rogues. They looked each other in the eyes, and Leapstar knew she wouldn't be able to convince him to run. So together they fought. Iceburst died. Spotstripe died. Leapstar lost all her lives. The clan mourned the loss of their leader and two brave warriors. Rice, Sedarpaw, and Sneezesting grieved for moons over the loss of their loved ones. Rice had trouble sleeping now that Spotstripe's nest remained empty, and Coyote Stone had another wave of grief wash over her, and Frost Daisy was left quite shocked from the event. It would take a while for the clan to heal. The first step in this healing process was Jellabai taking his place as leader. Jellabai traveled out to the moon cave with Frontclaw. He laid down in the moonlight and closed his eyes. In Starkland he was met with familiar faces, cats eager to give him his 9 lives. First came Iceburst, who greeted Jellabai with a polite nod and gave him a life for strength. Then came Spotstripe, who told Jellabai that the clan would do well under his leadership and gave a life for acceptance. Honeychase gave a life for certainty. Jellabai had to grit his teeth to accept his life. Honeytrail came next and gave a life for sympathy, something she learned only after joining Silverpelt. Junkovas came forward. The young Tom gave Jellabai a life for compassion. Jellabai was next and gave a life for trust. Jerp Speckle gave a life for confidence. Linecatcher stepped up to Jellabai and gave a life for courage. And finally there was Leapstar, who gave Jellabai a life for endurance in the face of hardship. She called out his new name, Jellabai Star, and wished him the best of luck. After returning from the moon cave, Jellabai Star announced that Coyote Stone would be the new deputy. Coyote Stone was the most experienced warrior of TwoClan and would be a good support to have. Although Jellabai Star wonders if she would make a good leader after him, given that Coyote Stone's lasting grief can make her immobile at times, and Coyote Stone would definitely be a more stern leader than Leap Star was, or Jellabai Star would be. Coyote Stone took the position. She felt pride in herself for accomplishing this, but felt regret that Jerpspec and Yellowpaw were not there to celebrate it with her. Despite her new wave of grief, Coyote Stone has proven herself to be efficient in organizing the clan and sending out patrols. At the end of the year, it was time for a warrior ceremony. Ceddarpaw was called forward by Jellabai Star. Even in her moons of grief, Ceddarpaw trained hard to become a warrior and to make Iceburst proud. The apprentice was honored for her integrity, and Jellabai gave her her new name, Ceddarstrike. The loss of her only kin, Iceburst, has left Ceddarstrike somewhat isolated in the clan. She is a good fighter, but a lonesome warrior. Those were all the major events of year 4. It was certainly an interesting year, especially with the leader switch. Also, I am way too happy that there's finally a calico cat. Unfortunately, the next video likely won't be year 5. Summer vacation is coming up and I will be gone for more than a week, so I won't have time to finish it. I will try to make the wait not too long though. Until next time, everyone.